definitely have your photos looking like cinema.
Cooking and an overnighter. Extravagant. Really fun. Hopefully you guys
I really wanted to go to Comic-Con today, take some pictures, but I just bought a new home. And home takes precedence over fun time. And that's what Comic-Con would be for me, a little bit of fun time. I was going to take some portraits, some street portraits, but I got to thinking, who needs a portrait? I like taking Comic-Con portraits because that's what they do that for. They do it for the pictures. They don't do it, they're not getting dressed up for many other reasons outside of just the enjoyment of it all. So who really needs a portrait outside of Comic-Con people? Cosplay. I would say everybody does. Everybody needs a portrait. It's easy to think that I don't need that. That's not something I need. Well, let me tell you why you need it. You need it because that is the only thing of you that is going to survive. Not your truck, not your house, not your clothes, not your money. Your money's certainly not going to survive you. Nothing. The only thing that lasts, the only thing that travels into the future is your picture. And even that has a limited run. Because eventually, they might even forget your name. But they'll never forget your face. When you look back and you look at those Ancestry.com things, you only get a picture of your great-great-grandfather if they were allowed to take pictures. You only get a picture of your great aunt. That's all you get. You don't get to hear them speak. You don't get to see what they cooked for dinner or how they felt or behaved, whether they were good people or bad people. All that judgment is made by looking through Ancestry.com and finding their picture. So yeah, you need a portrait. Let's go find a portrait photographer. You get your picture taken, for God's sakes, will you? Oh man. The Civil War guys. The Civil War guys. When you look at those Civil War pictures, and they're on film, so the definition is fantastic. You can see wedding rings in the pictures. When you look at those Civil War pictures, that's it. That's all you get of them. Which makes me kind of think, I mean, as a photographer, I don't have to. As a photographer, I do projects. Sometimes I come up with this project that I'd like to do, and I do it. One project that I'd really love to do is I'd love to take the portraits of extreme right-wingers. Extreme right-wingers. I think historically, if anybody's important right now, and this is so much more important than you can imagine. If anybody's important right now, it's them. Because who drove the Civil War? people saying no. They said, no, we don't want to free slaves. Is that what the Civil War was about? Who knows? They're the ones who caused the Civil War by saying, no, we don't want to free our slaves. And when you look at those pictures, you can see their conviction to their cause. And that is the fantastic part about being a photographer, is you're not partial to any of that. So I think that's a good project. If you're a right-winger, I would love to take your portrait, because in 100 years, and they're not going to know who I am, but in 100 years, they'll see that picture and they'll see the moment that America, the United States, became divided.